Hey guys, MGH here, and welcome back to my AS Monaco career mode. We're getting so close to that January transfer window, and as I said in the last episode, we're going to try and power through most of these games before Christmas. Get them, nice and quick. Couple of episodes, at least a couple of games in each, and a lot of simming like you guys wanted me to do. But really not a lot of simming. I've only simmed a couple of matches so far, and these two are the ones that I'm going to show you first. I read through a lot of comments in the last episode, and although people don't obviously like people simming matches in their series, most people want me to do it a little bit in this one so we can get to League 1. You know, a lot of people wanted me to be in League 1 basically, but I've already explained why I'm in League 2. If you don't understand why, it's literally just because I wanted the series to last longer and give me another challenge. So not only just to buy players and win the Champions League in League 1, whatever, but actually to gain promotion. You can see there, we're well on our way. 34 points, 10-point gap already after just 12 games. I've won 11 and drawn 1. It's just, it's a very easy league with this kind of team. I mean, most players or most teams in this league have, mid-60 rated players. And I've, got mid-70s most of all. And obviously the best striker in the world, arguably, behind Messi and Ronaldo. Not really a striker, is he? But we start off great here with the 8-minute goal from Dion. Now, there are a few players in my reserves who I decided to use just to see what they were like, really. And I've got to say, the Monaco squad is pretty strong. I'm quite happy with it. Get very close to scoring a second there. And isn't it beautiful playing in the sun? It's so much nicer. And we're playing against Le Mans here, I think. I think that's how you say it, Le Mans. And they're a pretty decent side. You're going to see I do struggle a little bit towards the end of this game. But they get an injury here to one of the best names I've ever seen in football, Akeng. I had to show you that. Like, what a great name. I absolutely love that. And then we have a drop ball here where I kind of just walk into the referee. And that makes me want to talk about something really quick. How many times do you bump into the referee in your games? Not just offline, but do you do it online? Because I always seem to be held up by the referee. It really bugs me. The ball's always hitting him, or I'm always running into him and he's stopping me from making a run or something like that. So let me know in the comments below, guys. Does it bug you? Also, what about the linesman? Does he keep running on the pitch? Bloody hell, how is the linesman still running on the pitch after 8 months of this game being out? You would have thought they would have fixed that. It's completely ridiculous. But yeah, I completely talked over the goal just there, scored by Falcao, a great goal. But yeah, that was the greatest goal I've ever scored. Thank you, Kafort. Thank you so much. Look at this great goal, guys. This was one of the hardest goals I've ever had to score. I had to really focus there. And thank God it went in, because if it hadn't gone in, I would have felt so much injustice in this world. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. The AI of the goalkeeper absolutely fails sometimes in this game. And talking of fails, just look at my defending. Zito just literally runs through my defence as if they're not there. I'm a bunch of ghosts, basically, in defence. I mean, look, I'm surrounding him completely, and just one turn takes out my whole defence out of the game. Simple as that, and scores a great goal. But it was obviously too little, too late, and we actually win the game 3-1. Good to get Falcao on the score sheet. Had a bit of a poor run, to be honest. He was out, I think, for one game as well from suspension or something. So yeah, it was nice to get him on the score sheet again. Now we've got another game here against Dion. I think it's Dion. Again, my pronunciations are awful, especially in French, of which I failed in school. Actually, I didn't fail. What I did is, in my school, when you got into year 9, which I think is when you're 14 years old, you're allowed to drop, I think it was 3 subjects, and I chose French to drop because I absolutely suck at accents. As you guys know, it's not my forte, that's for sure. But then Bajrami gets a great goal here. I mean, he tapped it at the goalkeeper at first, and I thought that was a lame attempt. But luckily, the goalkeeper is shite. We are in League 2. The keepers aren't very good. And he parries it straight into his feet and then managed to tuck it away. And what a really weird weather type on this ground. It's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of want to describe it as hazy. You know, it's like just, I don't know how to describe it. And we get so close with the header there. That should have gone in. It really should have gone in. He'd made 6 saves by then, which is absolutely crazy. And I made a great tackle. It was actually a good bit of judgment now. I was expecting the CPU to turn to that side. And then I completely failed with a Ronaldo chop. But just wanted to say, when you're playing against world-class CPU, they do sometimes still make mistakes. And I was able to capitalise on that and run up the wing. But half-time, 1-0 Bajrami on the score sheet. Let's see if we can get a couple more goals in this second half. A really awful mistake down here in the left wing with Izaguay there. He should be getting that out. Really disappointed. But he is actually a very good player. I do like him a lot. And they're going to cross that one in, and it just goes wide there. So we are still 1-0 up. And I have noticed, although I'm, arguably the best team in this league, I'm still not pulling out victories every week comfortably. I may be winning, but they seem to be like 1-0 all the time. I need to make sure that I'm being more clinical, scoring more shots when I'm up there, and not doing silly things like this where they're able to run through me and just have a shot. Great bit of defending, though. I really wish I could have signed Kulka, by the way. That would have been an amazing signing. But Kuyate is absolutely fantastic. One of the best defenders I've ever used in a career mode. For his rating, he feels so much better than he actually is. And I don't know if you can notice that, but that is actually the goalkeeper running back. Can I score? No, Zaha's going to smash it to the guys warming up. He's passing it to the guys warming up. But yeah, we get another 1-0 victory there. But you know what? It's a win. We'll take it. And I'll go ahead and sim a couple of matches here against, I don't want to even say Ajaccio maybe. But Zaha gets 2 there. Falcao and Bajrami getting a goal as well. And now we go into the last game of the episode, and that is against Angus SCO. Now, I'm not sure how good these teams are. I'm not sure how good pretty much all of the teams in this league are in terms of where they're going to finish roughly. But these guys, I think they were 7th at the time. So not the most amazingly important game, but still one that I would like to win. Because if we win this match, I think the point gap would be extended to 15, which is just crazy going into Christmas. And I've got a feeling that after the transfer window, which I'll be talking about in a minute, by the way, I might even be able to just play half the games and then get straight into League One after simming a bunch as well. So it'll be a nice quick end to this season. And then, like I said, it'll be so worth it when we're in League One when I can start buying crazy good players like Company. I will be able to sign them next season, I'm sure of it, because I'll be in a higher league and they won't mind moving so much. And look at that finesse shot overpoweredness from Falcao. He is an absolute god at finishing. And there's someone else that reminds me of Falcao in this game, and that's Higuain. And Higuain is in the news a lot at the moment, potentially moving to Arsenal this summer, which would be absolutely great. But people will think Higuain's not very good. I think it's because most people use Madrid want to use Benzema. But trust me, guys, use Higuain. His finishing is unreal in this game. It just reminds me of Falcao so much because they're not like the quickest strikers, but they're always in the right position. And if Higuain's in front of goal, the same like Falcao, they're going to score 9 times out of 10, even the hard shots. And what a shit cross that was. And so what I want to say basically is if Higuain does go to Arsenal this summer, that means in FIFA 14 we're going to have a hell of a team going forward, which is really exciting. I'm sure a lot more people will be using Arsenal next year. Actually, while I'm talking about that, I'm sure people would like to just hear my little thoughts on that. But we've heard apparently that we're going for Gundogan as well, the Borussia Dortmund midfielder. Absolutely brilliant, the German. Look at Zaha trying to get past there. Also, Lars Bender, I think his name is. Bender's a great player on FIFA. I haven't watched him too much in real life, but he looks like a very, very, very good player. He's got a twin brother, I think, as well. I can't remember, is it Sven Bender? Yeah, one of those two. One of them is a bit more technical, better passer. One of them is a bit more, defensive, better at tackling. It's funny how that kind of works out. And we've been linked with other players. Rooney, for example. And Fellaini, obviously, has been a big one. So, in general, my thoughts are it's absolute bollocks until it actually happens. I don't believe any of the papers. And after all that, look at that. What a waste of a chance. Completely smashes it wide. We get a corner here. And nothing's going to come of that. And they are going to counter-attack me like a bitch here. And again, I just want to make you realise, guys, I'm only 1-0 up. Again, just not comfortable at all. I'm not scoring my chances enough. But look at Laura here. Look how pacey he is. I think the striker stopped sprinting there. It was a bit of a jog towards the end, which allowed me to catch up, and then they missed the shot. And that means we can get another 1-0 victory, another 3 points on the board, and that opens up our lead by a shit ton. And you can see we are now in the transfer window. So, guys, I need your help. Who do I sign? Who do I need to buy? Should I go for any more big players? I mean, I get an offer here for my goalkeeper, who's 28, and I'm thinking I won't be using him next season because I'm sure I'll be bringing in a world-class keeper like Mandanda or something like that, someone of his calibre. But I decided to reject it for now because I want to do that completely live. So I need you guys to leave comments. Let's see if we can hit like 5,000 comments on this video. That'd be absolutely insane. Who do I buy in the January transfer window? Is there anyone you want me to buy and bring into the club? Potentially for next season as well, or just to finish off this season? Is there any players that you'd like me to use this money on? Because I am worried that I'm going to have to lose the money when I start the next season and have to rebuy the Billionaire Takeover. So just let me know, guys. If there's anyone you want me to buy, leave a comment. I'll read through them. And I will see you tomorrow or the next day doing some live commentary over the January transfer window. See ya.